Hezbollah drones, Israeli air sirens, FPV strikes smashing into military targets across the border. Even Iron Dome systems are now under attack. And as Israeli troops struggle to stop Hezbollah's growing drone warfare, one chilling question is emerging. Is the Lebanon front slipping out of Israel's control? Hezbollah drones are back in the skies over northern Israel. Air raid sirens are blaring across border communities, and Israeli artillery is once again pounding southern Lebanon. As both sides escalate attacks despite ongoing ceasefire efforts, fears are rapidly growing that the Lebanon front could spiral into a much wider regional conflict. Hezbollah announced on May 22nd that it had carried out a drone strike against an Israeli artillery position in the southern Lebanese town of Odeisseh. The group said the attack targeted the Israeli position directly, although it did not specify whether there were casualties or damage. In a statement, the group said,
Islamic resistance fighters targeted an armoured personnel carrier belonging to the Israeli enemy army at the Al Raheb site at 1540 on Friday, May 22, 2026, using an Ababil Loitering glider.
At the same time, Israel's Home Front Command activated air raid sirens across several northern Israeli communities, including Shtula, Netua, and Zaryit, amid reports of suspected drone infiltrations from Lebanon. The Israeli military confirmed that multiple suspicious aerial targets had been detected along the northern border and stated that investigations were underway. Israeli media also reported that military helicopters were operating over the frontier region as security forces responded to the developing situation. Israeli Channel 12 reported explosions and rising columns of smoke in parts of the western Galilee following the alerts. The latest escalation comes as Israeli artillery and military operations continue across multiple districts in southern Lebanon. Lebanese media reported ongoing shelling targeting areas, including Debin, Kafra, Haris, Majd al-Zun, Tebnin, Yatir, and parts of the Nabatea region. Lebanon's health ministry said Israeli attacks over the previous 24 hours killed 22 people and wounded 39 others. Among the dead were 6 paramedics reportedly killed in Deir Kanun al-Nar and Hanaway. According to Lebanese authorities, the cumulative toll since the Israeli war began on March 2nd has now reached 3,111 killed, with 9,432 wounded. The recent violence follows a broader wave of coordinated Hezbollah operations carried out on May 20th and 21st. According to Hezbollah statements, the group launched rocket barrages, artillery attacks, and swarms of suicide drones targeting Israeli military positions across southern Lebanon. Hezbollah's military media also published footage documenting what it described as recent operations against Israeli soldiers, military assets, and defensive systems near the border. One video reportedly showed an FPV drone strike targeting an Israeli Iron Dome launcher in the settlement of Shomera, according to Al Mayadin. Another video allegedly showed Hezbollah fighters targeting an Israeli military vehicle in the Iskandaruna area near the southern Lebanese town of Al-Bayada, using another FPV drone. As drones, artillery fire, and cross-border strikes intensify once again, concerns are mounting that the fragile calm between Israel and Hezbollah may be rapidly breaking down, pushing the region closer to another dangerous phase of confrontation. The Israeli military has said that the commander of the IDF's 401st Armored Brigade, Colonel Meir Biderman, was seriously wounded after an explosive Hezbollah drone struck Israeli forces operating in southern Lebanon on May 20th. According to the IDF statement, A reserve lieutenant colonel serving with the 162nd Division was also moderately wounded, while another reservist sustained light injuries. All were evacuated for medical treatment, and their families were notified. Israeli media outlet Ynet reported that Biderman suffered a serious head injury in the drone attack. According to reports, the commander of the 401st Brigade underwent brain surgery and is still under anesthesia. The military announced that Colonel Biderman's duties will temporarily be filled by Colonel Reserves H, who currently serves as the brigade's chief of staff. The incident highlights the growing threat posed by Hezbollah's first-person view drones, which Israeli troops say are now a near-daily battlefield danger along the Lebanon front. Biderman assumed command of the 401st Brigade in October 2024 after his predecessor, Colonel Ehsan Daksa, was killed during fighting in northern Gaza. Earlier in July 2025, in an interview with Ynet, Biderman recalled the moment he learned of Daksa's death during combat operations in Jabalia.
I stood up and went to the division commander, Itzik Cohen. During the drive, the bitter news came. The brigade commander, Colonel Ehsan Daksa, had been killed. We got out of the vehicles, the division commander patted me on the shoulder and said, "You're now the 401st Brigade commander, good luck."
Israeli troops operating near the so-called Yellow Line ceasefire boundary in southern Lebanon have reportedly adapted their tactics due to the increasing drone threat. According to Ynet, forces now reduce movement during daylight hours and conduct many operations at night to avoid detection by Hezbollah FPV drones. Troops are also moving between abandoned homes, deploying camouflage and anti-drone nets, and carrying out deception operations aimed at misleading Hezbollah surveillance. However, Israeli military sources acknowledged shortages in protective equipment.
A brigade operating in a sector needs about 15,000 square meters of nets for infantry forces, armored combat vehicles, and protection of hotspots. About 120,000 meters have been distributed so far, but much more is needed.
The report added that some soldiers and families have resorted to private fundraising efforts to buy anti-drone protection systems, while battalion-level officials have reportedly used personal credit cards to secure equipment for exposed positions. Israeli military officials said Hezbollah has improved its drone tactics in recent days, including launching multiple FPV drones simultaneously and attempting to fly them directly into troop positions. The IDF said investigations are also ongoing into several incidents captured in Hezbollah propaganda footage showing successful drone strikes on Israeli military positions in southern Lebanon.